Finally, New Year is approaching and it is nearby. I'm quite nervous this year. I just wrote down my 50 New Year resolutions. I feel motivated. In the coming year, I will be better. I will start working out. I will read at least 30 books this year. I will finally quit smoking and I will quit other bad habits. I set a goal to wake up early and get things done. I will make more money this year. I will work more hours. I will stop wasting my time and consuming useless content on social media. Matter of fact, I will delete all social media. I will make time for my mental health. I will start journaling and meditating. Going to bed on time. I will be different.
A few moments later.
We can all relate to this, right? We start very motivated, we want to change ourselves, we want to build new habits, and then after a week we just fall off. Like everything that we wanted to achieve in a new year, it just disappears. That is because motivation, it is something that is very temporary. So we cannot depend on the motivation and on that new year feeling of I'm gonna better myself. Also because we focus and we try to commit to so many different things at the same time that we don't give ourselves the priorities to focus on. Because there are so many different things, you just think, damn bro, it's a lot, I'm gonna just fall back into my old habits. Now, how can we actually stick to these New Year resolutions this year in 2023? So the way I do it personally, instead of quitting some habits and instead of building new ones, I do something that is called an identity shift. Identity shift is something that I've been doing for a long period of time, and I have it from the book Atomic Habits. So basically, it's the principle of visualize yourself as someone that you want to become. Let's say, for example, instead of saying, I want to go to the gym, you don't say, I want to go to the gym, you say, I'm an athlete. And then you start to think and act like an athlete. Or you try to be more disciplined and do a lot more things for school. Then you can visualize and have an identity of someone who is disciplined. So that's the only way how you can start and build new habits and implement them in your life immediately. Because when you make an identity shift, you don't focus on ditching the old habits, you're actually focusing on becoming someone. And that's more powerful than trying to abandon your bad habits. And the second thing that I do personally is I plan weekly. When we start the new year, we try to plan a year ahead, but it's such a long time that you actually will forget why you started in the first place. But when you plan weekly, you have a weekly overview of the goals and the things that you want and have to do. Let's say, for example, I will train at least 2 to 3 times a week. When you plan weekly, you will achieve those things. Whether if you will say I will train for the coming year every day, then you won't be able to achieve those goals. And the next thing that I'm doing is, when I talked about when we try to commit to a lot of different things, we often fail. So what I do is I set priorities. Every year I am trying to write down the 3 goals that I'm actually gonna focus on. Here, for example, in 2021, I said focus on mental and physical health. So that was crucial for me at that time. That was my priority. The second priority was to grow my business, thus filmmaking skills as well. And the third thing was to start a YouTube channel and maintain a podcast. So those are the 3 realistic priorities that I've set for myself back in 2021. And you can do it yourself by setting 3 or more priorities that you want to truly improve in the coming year. When you set those priorities, you don't focus and commit to a lot of things. You just have 3 different but realistic goals that you will achieve. And then last but not least is I track my progress. If I wouldn't be able to track my progress, I would lose myself in these New Year resolutions. I try to track my progress every month and try to assess the goals that I've set for myself. How far am I standing right now? So for example, let's say if my goal was to read at least 25 books in the coming year. After 1 month's time, I will check my priority list, I will check my goals, and I will see how much further am I standing at the moment. That's monthly progress tracking. Also, at the end of the year, what I'm doing is I write down 3 priorities that I've set for my new year, and then I write down the wins and losses that I've made in the past year. For example, for me, it was to grow my filmmaking business. And then I see what were my goals, and then I track it. I see, did I make a win or is it a loss? Or for example, I wanted to focus on my mental and physical health. Did I go train? Is it a loss or a win? So I try to write all of those things down, and I try to be self-conscious and aware of all of the goals that I've set for myself. Don't try to focus on too many things. Track your progress. Do something that is called an identity shift and try to kill it in 2023. Happy New Year, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.